What's going on, people, and welcome to Man Knows Football. You are here with Guni at the very early hours of 6:41 in the morning. Thought I'd do a quick pre-record for you just to go over what's been going on over the past 24 hours and to give a real quick preview for the game later on, which I will be doing a watch along for. So make sure you are subscribed and you also smash the like button for this video. And if you also feel generous, YouTube have introduced a new feature called Super Thanks. So if you do want to help to donate the channel, just hit that Super Thanks button. Much appreciated, people. But big up everybody that has tuned in. And yeah, let me get straight into it. It's not going to be a long one. I'm going to try and keep this one around the 10-minute mark. But we're going to start off with the big news. Finally, we have come to a conclusion for the Chelsea takeover, and Todd Boehly has officially signed the paperwork. That's not just Todd Boehly. Todd Boehly and his consortium of Hans-Jörg Wyss, Clear Lake Capital, and Jonathan Goldstein. That will be the consortium that will be the owners of Chelsea Football Club. And Chelsea have released a statement, aka Comunicado Oficial. If you know about that, then you know. You get me? Chelsea Football Club can confirm that terms have been agreed for a new ownership group led by Todd Boehly, Clear Lake Capital, Mark Walter and Hans-Jörg Wyss to acquire the club. Of the investment being made, £2.5 billion will be applied to purchase the shares in the club, and such proceeds will be deposited into a frozen UK bank account with the intention to donate 100% to charitable causes, as confirmed by Roman Abramovich. UK government approval will be required for the proceeds to be transferred from the frozen UK bank account. In addition, the proposed new owners will commit $1.75 billion in further investments for the benefit of the club. This includes investments in Stamford Bridge, the academy, the women's team, Kings Meadow, and continued funding for the Chelsea Foundation. The sale is expected to complete in late May, subject to all necessary regulatory approvals. More details will be provided at that time. So that is officially from the Chelsea website. I will leave the link down there for you if you would like to go and check out the Comunicado Oficial. You get me? So it's looking good. How's everybody feeling? Let me know down there in the comments. Are you excited with this new takeover finally happening? Now, listen, I must say though, it's not all done yet. We just know that the agreement has been signed, so the deposit has been paid. They just need to go through the Premier League checks, the government checks, and once that's done, we should be good. So we're anticipating towards like the end of May. Possibly, I think the earliest could be the end of next week, but I'm pushing towards like the end of May. Since the lights will be on at Stamford Bridge again, we'll be able to get stuff from the Chelsea Megastore. We'll be able to go into Stamford Bridge and start buying merchandise again. Good times. And also, we will be active in the transfer window. But, like I said, it's going to be a short window. I'm not going to go into that short window. It's going to be a short video. I'm not going to go into that too much. So let's get straight into it with today's game. Chelsea versus Wolverhampton. Two teams that have been quite poor in front of goal in recent times, to be honest with you. And this has Ballfest written all over it. I hope I'm wrong. I hope it brings fireworks and excitement. But this one I feel is going to be a struggle to watch. Now, in terms of team news for Chelsea, we've got two players that will be missing, and that is both N'Golo Kante and Jorginho. They will not be available today. But the silver lining in that cloud is the fact that Kovacic will be available, who in my opinion I think has been Chelsea's best midfielder and is currently Chelsea's best midfielder on his current form. Although he has been injured, Kovacic for me has been head and shoulders above everybody else this season, so massive positive to have him back. So it's really just a matter of who's going to partner with him in that midfield. In my opinion, I do think the obvious answer there will be Ruben Loftus-Cheek. But for Wolves, I believe they've got two injuries. One is Nelson, no, it's not Nelson Semedo. One is Max Kilman, and the other one is yes, Semedo. So two players that they will be missing out. Kilman, as we know, very highly rated defender. Quite a few big teams looking at him, so that would be a massive blow for Wolves. Also for Nelson Semedo, although he had an absolute stinker against Brighton, he will not be available, but he is a prominent face in that Wolverhampton first team. So we'll see how that will affect them today. But just really looking at it, both teams have been absolutely poor in front of goal. Let's look at Wolverhampton's previous results, because I know it's been a while since they put the ball in the back of the net, which is good for us. But you know, with Chelsea Football Club, we can be Charity FC, aka Oxfam FC, and all that. You get me? So Wolverhampton Wanderers, let's have a look at their last results. Say they haven't scored in 1, 2, 3. They haven't scored in the last 3 games. No goals in the last 3 games. And as for Chelsea, we are so hit and miss in front of goal. We've had our 7-0s, our 6-0s, but then we look absolutely toothless in front of goal. Absolutely toothless. So for me, it's very hard to predict which way this game's going to go. I'm just going to really just give my predicted lineup. Edouard Mendy in goal. I do think we'll go to the back 3, and we will see Rudiger, Thiago Silva, and Christensen as the back 3, I believe. Although I would like to see Chalobah step back into the fold, but I don't think he'll be given a chance. Tuchel just hasn't fancied him over the past couple games for whatever reason, I don't know. Wing backs, they really picked themselves, Marcus Alonso and Reece James. Then you've got the midfield 2 of Kovacic and Ruben Loftus-Cheek, just in front of the Mason Mount, with the striking partnership of Timo Werner and Kai Havertz. That's what I think that Tuchel's going to go with. That's what I'm going to go with. But looking at Wolves, Bruno Lage's Wolves, they've been very, very good defensively this season, albeit but the past few weeks where they've conceded quite a few goals actually. So 3 against Brighton, 1 against Burnley, 1 against Newcastle, and 1 against Aston Villa. 3 against Leeds actually, but before then they hadn't conceded in 4 games before that. But as we all know, Lage's team is very, very difficult to break down. I do actually think, given Wolverhampton's current form, they will be going to Stamford Bridge to try and get a draw, to tell you the truth, which only means for us low block FC. So we're going to have to find a way to break through that, and today the boys are going to have to find the minerals for it. I think Mason Mount is going to be massive in that. So he's very hit and miss at times, but that's because he's a young player. And also the return of Mateo Kovacic. We've seen some of the beautiful assists that he has provided for us when he has been at his tip-top best towards the beginning of the season. So we do have an extra bit of creativity coming from that midfield, something that we have massively lacked. I cannot see this being a high-scoring game, if I'm being completely honest with you. I have given 2 predictions. My first one that I always do this. I always change my mind like on match day or before match day. My first prediction was 1-1. I do think if there's going to be goals, there's going to be low scoring goals, basically because of the form of both teams, you get me? But I'm actually going to go with 1-0 Chelsea. I think we're going to scrape it today. I think we might even have a bit of a ball fest, to tell you the truth. But I do think we'll get the job done. 3 points, halfway to confirming top 4. We cannot slip up, absolutely not. Arsenal are in brilliant form. Just got the win against West Ham, breathing down our necks for the 3rd place. I would like to see it happen, to tell you the truth. But yeah, so let's make sure we get that win today, you get me? Let's make sure we get that 3 points. But I do feel positive this morning, but I will say brace yourself for a ball fest. I hope I will be proved wrong and we do get fireworks, but we get the 3 points at the end of it. But yeah, man, big up everybody that's been watching. Thank you very much for tuning in. Leave your thoughts down there in the comments, what you think is going to happen in today's game, how you feel about Todd Boehly officially signing the paperwork, getting that one step closer to becoming Chelsea owner. Man, let me know. I'm quite excited. I'm looking forward to seeing, you know, the changes in the backroom staff. Be interesting to see what they do with the sporting director, as some people like to call them, or department of football. Director of football, as some people know them as. Whatever you want to call that role, I'll be interested to see who does step up. So let's see, man. Exciting times ahead for Chelsea, and hopefully we can operate in the transfer market with efficiency. Yeah, way better than the board, the existing people in the board have been operating. But big up yourselves. Make sure you smash up that like button. Also, make sure you do subscribe to the channel if you are new, and if you feel generous as well, hit that super thanks button and support the channel, you get me? But wherever you are, whatever you're doing, make sure you do stay safe. Bless our people.